Alright, there's the combo. Flash does come out, but it's not going to really do anything here, and that is a very dead Talia. First blood goes over to Pyosik. Man, the combo doing exactly what it says on the tin. Another horn has been blown here as the equalizer goes down. Yehu's just going to drive into this bottom lane and try and feel a little bit better about the state of the game by killing the Rumble. Almost dies himself, but will be successfully able to do that. No teleport available, will lose a plate here in mid lane. The orb is over here, teleport to come in as Berserker already takes a full culling to the face. Knockup comes on through there though from the depth charge, and down goes the Orianna. Equalizer comes in as well. They're walking down the red carpet, but I think this is just because they're famous, as DRX are getting another knockup onto life. He's gonna go down. It's a triple for Teddy, and that was a disaster for DNF.
DRX so decisive with starting the fight, able to catch on a Bulldog.
Well, here it is, combo one more time as there is the flash out from Yehu. Does get the shield back though from his Seraphs that just transformed. Don't know whether it was in time though, as the flash does go forward. Bulldog, remember, doesn't have his flash as prepared earlier. The culling comes in. Sponge going to be able to lock that one down. It's Pyosik doing some alcove gaming, and they do have an equalizer there. But Andal with a massive knock-up onto 3 people. It managed to curve. It's a max-range hook at the same time. Sponge was alive for so long, but Berserker is as well. That's another kill coming on through here for Teddy, as Rich does go down. Life and Berserker will be able to take control of this one, though, and that is a much better fight for DNF.
Yeah, beautiful cleanup coming through. The wild growth, I think, is in close, fast back up. Now, the fight coming through.
Yep, and Pyosik managed to get on top of Teddy this time around. That is the priority target. He may go down for it, though, as Yehu getting some good volleys off. Andal will be taken out by the extendo beam of Berserker, though, so a 2-for-1 trade feels real good. And DNF back on the horse. It's on to 1. Knockup is decent as well from the wild growth, as the culling this time is going to cut through them. Teddy's at full health, but I don't know whether the fight has much left in it as the wall comes down. Andal in a little bit of an awkward position. Pyosik is kind of running for the hills. Yehu just dies to basically the wolves. What was quite going on there? Life is also dead though. Let's try and start a fight. Maybe they're going to start one right now, as Dudu is just dead to start this one off. The Ram gets the double knockup onto Life and Berserker. And there is the Shockwave to connect onto 2. They're still going to go for it here as Sponge dives in. The Polymorph is great though out of Life, and that's going to be able to take him down. Yehu, the only damage left alive, and DRX didn't quite need to do that, but neither did DNF, and they're the ones that are going to capitalize this time. It is Soul that's on the line, as the Shockwave is a drive-by. As Pyosik gets into that back line, it is going to be the Soul secured here by DRX. And the fight is entirely split. This is absolute insanity as Teddy goes into melee range with Dudu, and it kind of works out, I guess, but now he's by himself. On the other side of the fight, it is a catastrophe. And so someone gonna have to try and kill him. They need someone to walk up and actually fight Teddy, which is what they're struggling with right now, as the Polymorph is going to wear off. Teddy now just trying to take the fight to them, and Berserker will be able to do it here. They wait for the barrier, and down he goes. Cleanly played in the end there, as DRX do manage to secure the Soul, but they'll trade that for all of their lives. Yeah, there's a Hex Flash in, I think, as the Shockwave just going to be used onto Andal alone. The Equalizer goes down. That's going to be enough to take down the Nautilus, as now the paranoia sets in. Crest direction. Oh, got a bit of a hook to connect onto Dudu. Sponge going to follow up there as well. He has an arm guard, but he elects not to use it because he knew he was dead. And Vision does come through. There is a hook to connect. Oh my goodness, Dudu this time manages to go golden, but the knockups are going to come through from Rich. He's just standing his ground as Teddy, not even worried, he's flashing forward. And there's the depth charge. DNF falling apart at the seams as Berserker is flashing over, but this time Sponge does not care. And that GA is not going to be guarding anything. And just as the complete opposite of what we saw before, it is only Dudu left alive. It's a flash forward from Yehu, says not even that will stay there. DRX, I think, just won the game.
And it just feels inevitable when it gets to those late game situations. DNF have their struggles, and DRX find the clutch window to close it out. It's a 5-0 in the late game team fight. They managed to get the picks, they managed to get the cleanup. Berserker on this Fed Zeri can't do anything, and it'll be a 1-0 lead for DRX in this series.
Teddy playing it really, really well towards the end there, but I have to say, Rich loves pressing his ulti button. He managed to find a bit of an angle that time around, was frontlining beautifully. And DRX just pushed forward for the win, but man, that was grueling.
Yeah, and it just feels like resetting the TP, so
Life does find the Magnus Storm on to 3. The quickness comes down though, and it's working very well. This Aurora damage is massive, but Pioshik staying alive for so long. Finally, he will go down. That's first blood, but it's answered with 2 immediately as the Kaiser is down. Public execution though for the re-engage.
due to such a huge presence to the fight. Yeah, looking for what?
Death. Damage here, as you can see, Andal and Sponge making their way over. Oh, Emperor's Divide comes in. There's a killer instinct. They do manage to take down the Azir, and they keep everyone alive? That is insanity.
Oh, the pillar.
How did no one die? Void Seeker and DRX can just wait. There's the Magnus Storm. Doesn't exactly get a lot of joy as they're taking down Rich. That will occur as Teddy has to ult defensively. DRX, this is not quite working out. Still, they create some distance. The Otacon is going to go the way of DNF. And now they're looking to turn the fight. Yahoo in trouble. In goes Sponge. Cease and desist is going to connect onto Pioshik for some reason. And DNF will just obliterate DRX. That was a whole lot of what you don't want to be doing, DRX. Means that there's not going to be a smite here, and it is going to be secured by Sponge, who sacrifices his life for it. The ward goes down. DNF looking for the angle. Yahoo going to start the fight maybe a little bit early. Into the back line goes Sponge. He manages to find Berserker, but he flashes out. The public execution is just public embarrassment for Rich, who dashes away and dies. And yes, they get the prize put up, and they've got to teleport in from the Scion. Emperor's Divide only onto Andal though, so that's not exactly the target, but still, they are butchering them. Look at the damage from Berserker. Every auto does about 1 billion as it's a triple kill immediately. That is going to be a free Elder, and guys, I mean, the minions were taking care of business the whole time. That is going to be game over here as DNF even out the series and get their first victory of this round robin, at least as far as games are concerned.
Unlosable!
I told you, man! There is a little bit of a snare there onto Andal as Yahoo finding an angle. That Tempered Fate did absolutely nothing as Rich finds it into this backline, and now the resets are coming through. Andal will go down, but there are the Heartbreakers, and it might just be Heartbreak here for DNF as Rich, looking for it, does get the crash onto this Dudu, who is just not going to be able to survive this. Melee range with Teddy, but he just arcane shifts on top of him. Berserker just watches while his team falls apart.
Our first taste of action, and DRX clean up.
Oh, that's utilizing the tempo vibes to your advantage, right, Rox? Sponge slinking into the mist, looking for an opportunity. These rockets are starting to hurt. The misting shots are not, but it's going to be a 50-50. Whether DNF like it or not, as Yahoo and Dudu are just fighting. Pop Blossom is going to connect. They dive on top, and it is going to be the steal and the death of Pioshik. Another reset to come on forward for DNF, and now looking scary. Yahoo moving on over. There's the knockback onto Bulldog, and into the thick of things is Sponge. They do manage to take him out in the end, but unfortunately, there is just not a lot of DNF left, and DRX continuing to roll over them.
Just feels like DRX is set up in their fights. The approach is so much better. They're so laser focused on getting that reset for Sponge on the offset, and it's working so well. We were unsure about the Viego. They are making it work so well.
Has been pretty high win rate as well. If you get Otacon, oftentimes the game is yours. Yahoo is just going to do exactly what you were talking about. Onto this dragon, we'll be able to get Soul Point for free.
Yeah.
The Otacon is going to continue to be the target here as Teddy getting poisoned. Pioshik. Shot Barrage going to come on through. Aimed at Bulldog there as Pioshik does find a target. The crash does come on through as Andal tries to get himself out, but he doesn't manage to. That's a great pickup here for DNF. And Yahoo will be able to get that soul, or soul point. But that should be Otacon going over to DNF, unless some heroics out of Rich, Teddy, and Sponge, who are up here. Okay, is the all-out actually going to come on through? It does, but it goes in a really weird direction there from Rich, who just gets himself out of there. Teleport back. As okay, Cloud Soul up and available, 10 seconds time. DRX with full control of the area. Pioshik taking some poke here as Teddy very comfortable here and just no one able to threaten him. The Tempered Fate only lands onto Sponge. It's a decent attempt, but it doesn't do anything at all. Teddy rips through two. Dudu not going to be ending the world of DRX. In fact, it's his world that's going down. That's a flash in from Yehu, if ever I've seen one. He didn't really want to do it, but it looked great. And just going to, I think walking back into that makes a lot of sense. As now they pile in around him. He survives for a long time, but it is going to be Berserker taking down the Rise. Inhibitor to go down in the mid lane in response, but DRX completed, and it was not.
That threw me. I guess
okay, Yehu actually throwing out a weird Realm Warp, and it's not quite going to actually be taken, but still it works. As Bioshik goes down, it's a double for Teddy. Could it be the Penta angle? We'll just see. There's the triple. It's not the Quadra, but we'll just have to take the triple kill for Teddy as they get the ace. DRX, a happy bee to come up on top of the head of Rich, and they will be able to take down these Nexus turrets. The woes for DNF continue. Their chances for first in the group are dead, but DRX at least having a good day here.
You have one more chance to say it.
I don't need to. The game is over.
Okay.
It will stay in that time capsule.
Okay, we've locked it in.
We'll say that the tempo vibes will just...